Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Pharaoh. Welcome back. Back with the free-to-play series here. So, just starting off with this today, we are at level, or not level, day 13. So, in a couple of hours here, it'll switch over to day 14, and that'll be 2 weeks of the account kind of being a thing. So, yeah, just to show you guys where we're at. This is kind of what's going on. I've made one more 6-star. I don't know if this was in the last video. I think it's been a couple days since I made a video for the free-to-play series. It might not show up that way on YouTube. It might be like 2 episodes back-to-back days, but it's been a couple of days real-world time for me. But yeah, we've got 2 of these. We're working on making another one. So we're bringing these up right now. These 4 are going to be food. Outlaw Monk can be good for Clan Boss. I haven't been prioritizing Clan Boss very hard. It is a good idea to get in there and push Clan Boss as much as you can. For me, I've decided to prioritize the Arbiter missions and pushing those as much as I can instead. So that's just where I'm at on that. And things are lining up pretty good, actually. For that, we'll look into the Arbiter missions soon, and I'll explain why I feel that way. But yeah, so we're going to use these as food, these 3, and then I've got these 3 as well that I'll also bring up to level 40, and then I'll make those 10 5-stars. And then I'll make Rector Dreth probably a 5-star as well, because I think the next 2 5-stars or 6-stars that I'll make are going to be, I think it's going to be Rector Drath and Michelangelo when we get him. So we're on day 3 here. Day 3 going to be day 4 pretty soon. None of the gear I've gotten is very good. So the Savage set really isn't going to be happening for him, unfortunately. It'd be great if they set it specifically so that all these for everyone had the same substats and main stats and they were all going to be usable, but that's not the case. For a lot of people, these are going to be complete trash. Potentially all of the pieces. So yeah, but yeah, we'll be getting him soon. He is going to be by far the best attacking champion on the account, not even close. He'll be the best. So yeah, significantly better than Karato and Kale, at least. Yeah. So yeah, and he's got like debuffs we need as well, so really helpful things there. And then we have the opportunity to go ahead and get his 5-star soul, which is going to be absolutely massive for him. He's going to be able to do so much more, have so many more stats available to himself. And we're getting these. These again are random. I'm pretty sure these are all random. So these could be bad, but even if they were bad, we're so early on in the account that I mean, it would be hard. It would be hard for them to be. It would be like impossible for these to be unusable, is what I'm trying to say. Like, even if they were bad rolls or whatever, like they're still going to be better than anything else I have available. So, really awesome for new players to be able to pick this stuff up, because you're not going to be able to farm very high in Spider unless you're spending a pretty good amount of money and playing constantly, real early on, and getting specific champions that are actually good for Spider. You're going to need some luck there as well. I'm actually happy about these 2, the Polarium points they put in here. It just gets us to Morag faster. And then Jizzo's in there too. We'll get back to that. But yeah, I've been getting on here every day. Every day of the server I've been able to, or every day this account has been live, I've been able to get these rewards every single day. So for 13 days, we've gotten that done. We're at 1,117 points. We did use the PP500 promo code, so we got 500 extra Polarium points there. But yeah, we're just holding on to these because we don't have the energy or gem supply to actually use them up. But when we get to Morag, we're going to have to use them, like pull them anyway, because I'm going to want Morag right away to get her up a little bit and use her to clear dwarves. Faction Wars, I was hopeful I'd get a little farther than I have. I have not gotten very far. I only have 53 stars after 13 days. So almost 2 weeks here of in-server, in-game time. Even though it's more like when server resets actually happens, day 14 will be more like the beginning of day 12, just because of the way that you can do things when you start the account. It's just based on server time the day one is, and then everything from there is obviously on a 24-hour rotation. But yeah, so yeah, that's good there. The energy here too has been absolutely massive. The 500 energy you're getting once a week about is extremely, extremely good. I'm so desperate for energy. I'm trying to complete advanced quests for like a little bit of energy or a little bit of gems. I'm stuck at Bommel still in Doom Tower. I have not quite been able to get past him. When we get Mikey, I suspect that we will be through it pretty much instantly with Mikey, just because he can just deal a bunch of damage. Really, Bommel's a hard boss, very, very irritating boss to have to deal with. Any other rotation would have been easier. Any of the other two would have been easier early on, but that's all right. We're gonna try to definitely we'll get through here. I'm not sure how far. If I could get to 40, 50, I would say 50 is probably the goal, to try to at least get the epic book here and then all the rewards along the way before reset happens in 2 weeks and 5 days. I'd love to get there. Obviously, any higher we can get is great too, but yeah, if I could get at least an epic book there at 50, that would be nice, because that would be the second version of Bommel. And I have this guy level 40, 4-star. I need to get him up to 5-star at least. Maybe even he might even be one of the first 60s we do here too, just because he can deal with the Bommel boss. So that's the thoughts there. He doesn't need skill ups either, which is cool. He works without skill ups, so you just need one copy of him to build up, and then there's another copy I've got for fusion. So good deal there. Haven't really touched too much here. Because I'm not going very far in Clan Boss, I'm not getting very many books. I haven't gotten any epic books from there, because I've only done easy and normal. So yeah, that would be one reason to push Clan Boss harder than I have. I feel like it's more important to push the Arbiter missions as far as I can, and when I don't have an Arbiter mission going on, I'm in campaign spending all of the energy I have, all the crystals or gems I have in campaign to make food, to make more 6-star food. So yeah, that's where we're at there. The Forge, I would recommend not doing a bunch of these, the 3 to 4 stars for perception. You get this stuff too, these materials. Whenever you have an advanced quest, it'll ask you to do a perception piece, or it'll ask you to do something else. It'll ask for something like crafting or use a charm or whatever. So you can bounce between these little materials here, and just to like one piece, and that's one advanced quest on per day. You just have to look at whichever one it is. And those advanced quests are pretty important to get through, because you want to be able to get your epic book and your legendary book as quickly as possible. Technically, you can get it done in 25 days. The issue you're going to have is that you really early on like this, it's going to be hard to actually complete all the challenges. So use 5 silver keys in Doom Tower. I can't beat the first boss, so this is impossible, because I'd have to beat the first boss to be able to do this, because then you just rerun the first boss, or second, or wherever you're at, whatever you want to farm. Defeat a Faction Wars boss. Only one I've been able to do so far is Dark Elves. This one here is not hard. Like, I could just go and do this now even. I've been pushing this pretty hard, actually. I've got 900 there. He's going to come off cooldown in 1 hour and 18 minutes, and we've got 5 of his fragments at this point, I think. So we'll be able to get the next one of him before reset. So that will be good to get another piece there. That'll put us at 6, I think it is. Yeah. So to have 6 pieces on the 13th day is what it's going to be, I think is really good for Drexthar. We want to push him as quickly as possible. Our goal was to get him in 120 days. The issue with him is actually the reset. You have to wait 24 hours to get the next piece. So you have to be on at the same time every day, or as close to it as possible, because eventually here, I would imagine I'm going to end up like having a life and doing something outside of my house, and then I'm missing that, and then maybe I come home and get it at like 9 or 10 o'clock at night, the next piece, and then I'm stuck on that, as long as I can keep that up, and then I just lose. Eventually, I'll lose the entire day for getting Drexthar. So he's very, very irritating to get, but we're doing well so far. So I'm happy about that. Yeah. So that's the deal with the Drexthar stuff, and then Faction Wars again, just being 53 stars in. So far, not very much. This is the kind of thing, though, that now that we have free gear removal in the game permanently, I'm going to be able to switch gear around very, very easily and maneuver things. And once I can start building things up to like level 40, 4-star, we'll be able to do a lot more in here. So this is kind of slow going at the beginning, but it will get better. This one actually, Petrifia, I think is what her name is. Yeah, Petrifier, whatever. Does poison sensitivity, decrease attack, decrease defense, so I think I talked about her a little bit before. I do intend to build her for Clan Boss unless we get a different, better poisoner or something first, but good there. I don't know why I don't have a High Elves team here. Probably because I barely have any High Elves, but that's a dungeon lead. I'm not sure what this one is, though. We'll do this. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot going on for High Elves right now, but we'll leave it at that. All right. I would recommend coming into Faction Wars and getting these set up right away. I just go in the order of the factions that there are, so we have all these things, different things set up here. As you can see, there's different uncommons I'm intending to use for these, just because they're not terrible. They do at least enough to be interesting, like maybe in a stun set, or they bring some sort of buff or debuff or whatever I'm looking for. So yeah, you can get some use out of some of the uncommons in the game too. But yeah, I just did like this. I don't think I have enough on this account to do certain things, like demon spawn. I could put more stuff in here, but it'd be more of the same, just champion at this point. So yeah, Faction Wars is really slow going at the beginning, which is too bad, because that's when you need it the most, is when you need to get a bunch of perception sets to fill different things out, get some stats you need. So I think that's most of it. We are going to get Hydra unlocked pretty soon, so we're at level 44, 46% of the way to level 45. At level 45 we get Hydra, and we're just about getting Jizzo here as well, so he is a good option for a Hydra team. You can use him as a mischief tank because he gets a bunch of buffs. You can use him as a Head of Decay provoker as well, so good budget option there that they give you. And the Lizardmen need the help for sure early on, and pretty much the whole time, because that's a little bit of a harder faction war, so it's kind of nice to get one for free. But in terms of like a Hydra team so far, I think I'm looking at Tuhanarak, Michelangelo, Rector Drath. Cythalia might be in there because she can remove buffs, increase turn meter for our team. She can heal allies if the target is fully healed by the skill and fills turn meter. Gives block debuffs to the target. And she's healing the target by 75% of their max HP, so pretty likely it's a full heal. And then the HP burn is really, really nice for Hydra as well, especially because Tuhanarak and Mikey both have a debuff spread effect, so that's doubling the chances of this getting placed on everyone on the enemy team. So that is pretty nice to have Tuhanarak and Michelangelo together to make sure that the debuffs are getting spread around effectively. So yeah, unfortunately I won't really have any books for Michelangelo. We obviously didn't have very many that we were given for free. We don't have a whole lot into Tuhanarak, and it'd be nice to have her farther along, but that just is what it is. We'll be able to farm legendary books, from Clan Boss very successfully eventually. yeah, I mean, eventually you'll end up in a spot where you just have enough legendary books. It might take like a year and a half to 2 years. Depends on how much how quickly you can get to Nightmare and Ultra Nightmare, and then how much you're summoning. If you're spending money for summons and not on books, you'll have more of a strain for books. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I've literally only been doing like campaign farming and arbiter missions. So at this point, we're at the superior void keep here. We have to win a superior void potion from the void keep, and that opens very shortly here. In 2 hours and 15 minutes, I'll be able to complete that. So I guess I'll just save the energy I've got for now and try to get this done. And then I'll have to do Spider's Den, upgrade 2 champions to 60, 5 million damage to Demon Lord Clan Boss. I can get this done today as well. This can get done depending on where 2 Hanorach is at. I am not sure, honestly. It's only level 33. 52 might be enough. No. I'd have to use a bunch of this stuff, and that gets very expensive to do this upgrade at this point. 59. I mean, I can get her almost all the way to 60, so... yeah, I don't know. I might use all these for her just to get her there, just to be able to keep pushing Arbiter missions, because I want to be able to get those done as quickly as possible. But we'll see. But yeah, once we can get through that, then the clan boss. I think I should probably just do that and get it done today. I think it'd be the way. And then actually, when I get this done, I'll be able to get to Hanorach to 3-star Ascension, and she'll start being an actual cleanser on the team, taking 1 debuff off, or 2 potentially every turn she takes, which is going to be really huge for just general progression and for Hydra. That'll be massive. And then, yeah, the rest of this is not hard. And then we'll get to here, and then I have to start winning battles in Arena. Arena is a massive pain to deal with. I don't think I've talked about this, but if I have, then I guess you guys get to hear it again. I would recommend using your tokens. Even if you know you're going to lose, you should use your tokens. You're better, like, I got to gold. I think I've won 8 battles in gold. That was all I was able to do in gold. I couldn't find anyone to fight. But yeah, if I can kind of refresh every 15 to 20 minutes and try to be somewhat consistent about it, I can get through these somewhat, kind of faster. But if you have a bag, like some coins that are going to be expiring in an hour or less in your inventory, your box here, you want to make sure you're using them, even if like 7 out of the 10 are losses. You're much better off taking those losses and using up the tokens than not having used the tokens at all. Because if you're too high up, you're in a bad range, you're just not able to get anything done. You were better off dropping in range and then being able to refresh and get some easier teams and get some wins, as opposed to just losing the tokens and then you're in the same area, you can't get any wins, you're just stuck. So losing arena battles is fine. Like, it's not the end of the world, and it can be beneficial to get you back to an area where you're having an easier time getting actual wins in arena. You want to keep pushing arena very hard. So I've got 321 of these, 16 of these, so yeah, definitely want to keep pushing that. I'm kind of waiting on the Arbiter missions to make these upgrades, but I think I might be able to just do them up to 4. Because somewhere in here you have to start hitting those more. Unless they changed it, when you get into this path here, the 4th area, you will have to get 1 singular one up to level 10. So yeah, this one wants you to do 2 to level 4. And with these, sometimes I don't know if they track if you bring stuff up to level 4, but like before getting here. I don't know if it'll make you have to do a different one to level 4. So that's a little bit what I'm worried about. But yeah. But anyway, I think that's, yeah, so then we need to get 4 champions to level 60 here. I thought it used to be something like you had to upgrade specific like you have to have like a Force Affinity champion that you're 6-starring or a Spirit Affinity champion that you're 6-starring. If there's like a list of these missions, I'm gonna try to see if there is, but it used to be that way, so I'm a little. That's one of those things where I like Rector Drath. I know I'm going to be using in the Night Rev faction wars and in Hydra, but is it like, would it be a better idea to wait until like the Force one comes up if that's still a thing? Yeah. Fusing Relic Keeper, this is like the easiest thing in here to do. Out of a lot of this stuff, that's like one of the easiest ones to do. So, yeah. Getting 4 champions 6-starred level 60 is definitely going to be coming after you'd be able to get Relic Keeper. Win 5 Superior Arcane. Yeah, this is pretty easy. Yeah, so I want to get through here, though. So we're back here. So I want to get through all of this stuff. Getting Ice Golem's Peak. I can already do 13. Getting the Masteries. Getting the Superior Arcane Potions. I want to be able to get to... Oh, getting 3 rank 6 champions. Yeah, so I think my plan was to get to here by next Tuesday. Because Tuesday night, it turns into the... So Tuesday night for me is reset time into Wednesday for server day. And then the Magic Keep will be open. So I want to be able to get Mikey, 6-star Mikey, and then do this. That's going to be easy enough. I can already kind of do that. It's more of just about will I have enough energy to do it and get it done. I want to be able to get Mikey done as this 6-star and then get back into farming the potion keeps again. So the magic one here, and then do some other stuff, and then get into the spirit one, and then the superior I'd like to get, and then void again. So if I could somehow get enough energy, I think that's going to be the problem, is getting the energy I need to be able to complete the tasks. But yeah, if I can somehow get my hands on the energy free to play here to get through what I need, I would like to get through and back to superior void, or getting the void keep open for next week, like Saturday night, Sunday for me. So yeah, if I could get that stuff done in 1 week, that would be awesome. And then just keep pushing through here, make the next 6-star, and then fuse the Relic Keeper and try to be in here after, like, within 1 month is definitely the desire here. I'd like to be at this point, like, get these books by day 23 or 24. That, again, is, like, totally dependent on will I have enough energy to farm the dungeons to get the artifacts, like the 5 and 6 artifacts, and the other things that I need there. So, yeah. Yep. So, I think we can summon now. I think that's most of it. I can't really... I try to not make these as long as I do. They always end up being long, though. But, yeah, we'll summon these and see what we get. Obviously, as always, we're hoping for legendaries, right? Or at least really good epics, but yeah. There's plenty of usable rares that I have yet to get, so... Thanasil, he'll be good for the high elves, at least. Yeah, heal, increase defense. Yeah, he'll be alright for the high elves, I guess. But, like, yeah, I mean, like, damn, a Royal Guard or a Neldor would have been much better there from that faction. This is farmable trash. Okay. What do we get here? Oh, my God. Oh! Yo, this one's awesome. Sorry for the earbud listeners, as always. Mad Hatter is such a good champion. Another debuff spread champion too. That's crazy. AoE Hex, AoE Weaken. Yeah. Wow, that is awesome to get him. That is really, really awesome. I thought he had another. Yeah, there it is. Every 10 turns taken by allies heals all allies by 20% of their max HP. Every 6 turns taken by enemies places True Fear debuff on all enemies for 1 turn. He is going to be super awesome for the Night Revs faction crypt, which is hell on earth. The Night Revs is absolutely a horrible faction crypt to have to get through, and he is a helpful one there. And then increasing buff duration of all allies is something I was hoping to get as well. Phil's turn meter, and then the Hex, the Weaken, and then he brings along an ally with the highest crit damage on the team, so that'd be Michelangelo in pretty much all situations. My god, this was a really, really, really good one to get. Awesome, awesome champion to get there, so very cool, guys. Awesome. Okay, that's fine. Oh, is she I wonder if she's a fusion piece. That's what I think about all these rares, though. I get the rares, and I'm like, is this a fusion piece? I wonder if I need this for something. Yeah, that's awesome. That is such a good one. Significantly better than Cythalia, but Cythalia will get her... she'll get used for something. It is too bad I don't have books, though. Books are pretty huge for this guy. You get the books on him, he does way, way more. But yeah, that'll be an issue with all of the legendaries. It is what it is. Oh my god, that's awesome. That is awesome. So this one is not part of a fusion. And unfortunately, it doesn't seem very good, so it might be food, actually. Yeah. Alrighty then. We'll call that a massive, massive success. Well, I think that's all for this video. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see all of you next time.